Hey, Floyd Furnbeem here, and now that the autumn season is upon us, I have just three quick safety tips for you. First one, hummingbirds. Hummingbirds this time of year are still feeding, but the plants that they feed on are dying off, and that means there's less and less nectar for the hummingbirds to eat. Consequently, they do get a little bit aggressive this time of year, and this is the time of year when the hummingbird's appetite for nectar turns to an appetite for blood. It's a natural known fact that a swarm of hummingbirds can suck the entire 5.5 quarts of blood out of a full-grown man in under 3 minutes. That is how they earned the nickname piranhas of the garden. So I would tell you, avoid these little feathered killer machines at all costs. Number two, autumn sunsets. One of the things that comes with the season is beautiful sunsets, and they come in a beautiful tapestry of colors. But please don't look directly at an autumn sunset. If you must look at it, wear eye protection like a welder's mask. As the sun sinks lower, it shines in underneath the atmosphere. During the summer, the sun's rays are not as dangerous because they come down through the atmosphere, and that filters out the harmful part of the sun's rays. But during the fall, the sun sinks down, and the rays come in underneath the atmosphere. So when you're looking at an autumn sunset, you are looking at pure, unfiltered sunshine. And that carries a great risk of eye damage. There's a condition that's called hot eye, because what happens is if you look at that autumn sunset, them rays are so powerful that the inside of your eyeball, the juices there, they can get hot and boil. The vitreous humors in there, they can just boil. And when that happens, your whole eyeball can just burst. So you're probably saying, oh, Floyd, that can't happen. Well, let me tell you something. It can happen, and it did happen. I got a cousin, and he was out looking at an autumn sunset, and he was wearing a mask. Well, it was a catcher's mask, and that don't do nothing. So he was out looking at this sunset. He come in the house, and he had got this hot eye condition, and his eyeball, it just exploded, and his contact lens flew clean across the room. It knocked a hole in a very, very expensive velvet Elvis painting. So I urge you, when you are outdoors, if you just have to see that sunset, take proper precautions and find yourself a good welder's mask. And the last tip, and this is probably the most important safety tip for autumn, do not get yourself hooked on pumpkin spice. There ain't even any pumpkin in it. You can Google web search on that. There ain't no pumpkin in it. Go ahead and look it up. Plus, once you get hooked on that, the only cure for pumpkin spice is more pumpkin spice. And then once we're all hooked on the pumpkin spice, we're all going to be walking around like zombies from a Quaker church. Oh, where's my pumpkin spice? Where's my pumpkin spice? The whole country's going to go down the tubes, and I don't know who's behind it. It don't matter who's behind it. The point is, don't get yourself hooked. I don't know if it's some foreign foe that's doing this to us, or Dunkin', or Big Tobacco. It don't really matter. I implore you, just say no to pumpkin spice. Anyhow, I have rambled on long enough. Have a blessed day. Enjoy autumn splendors, but please, please do it safely.